Hello again, the folks. Here. Last time, Sakura died. Ain't that great. I need to examine the crime scene as much as possible, as we always do. Hey, Sakura. Sakura drew her last breath, sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of a blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally I wouldn't have any problem believing that's what killed her, but according to the Monokuma file, she had also vomited blood. And I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So, what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. The status of Sakura's body has been added to the truth bullets. Maybe getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood? Not a chance. Byakuya!
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on the most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting. Don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. I know why, but I've played this game before. This looks like some kind of wrapper.
Oh, that's...
Do you recognize it, Hina?
Oh. Well, yeah. I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out about Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little bit.
So you gave that candy to Sakura?
I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back with me to my room. I made sure nobody else could get their hands on them.
Why are you like this? You really like him that much?
But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now, they've lost all their flavor.
Hina. Polka dot candy wrapper has been added to the truth bullets. Don't care about the table. Got it. Backgammon. Let's talk to Byakuya. What do you want? You're bothering me. Go away. He's not even trying to hide how much he despises me. I better go before he crushes my soul completely. But it's fun when he crushes your soul. Because he loves you. But for Sakura to have been killed... Yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
It's true.
And she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. But how was a killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They might have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
Certainly. They would have needed to if they expected to stand a chance against her. It's very true. Hi, Hina.
What the heck? We already know who did it.
No, we don't.
I won't forgive you.
Byakuya took our hero. That's all. We just need one of them. Or it had to be one of them. I couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto?
Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Dots.
Let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. Do you know where? Right here in the rec room.
What?
After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me... She said she left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon.
By noon? The Monokuma file said she died right around there.
I'm telling you the truth. I heard it from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her. But she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stopped her, even by force, this never would have happened.
Hina. It's impossible not to have regrets now, I know. Aoi's account has been added to the truth bullets. But the fact that she had asked those three to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying, it might be good to confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly. Yo, Byakuya.
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. It's true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room. So you found out. Interesting. Then it's true? I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? Fuck you, dude. So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Byakuya says he didn't see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, thanks. Byakuya's account has been added to the truth bullet section. My soda is currently very flat. I have a new soda, but I haven't finished off the flat one. Broken stuff. There are shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. The glass is all red, and there are the top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? This must have originally been a bottle. That's sure what it looks like. Glass shards on the floor. Huh? There's something else on the ground near the glass. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure. Figure on the floor has been added to the truth bullet section. What else? Magazines. No, that is Sakura. That is not what I meant to click. Sorry, Sakura. Magazines. That shelf, the same shelf is full of magazines. There's all different kinds of magazines here. Fascinating. Why can I look at that then? There's a blood stain in front of the magazine shelf. That must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? Magazine shelf blood stain. Is this useful yet? Nope. Alright. I think that's it, 'cause that's just the clock. Oh, right, this stuff. Broken glass! Broken glass is not a food. There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance of the room.
So...
It looks like a protein drink, and it's empty. Sakura must drink it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. And she mentioned more than once how protein was good in all sorts of ailments. I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know! But still, this protein can, it's got a label on it that says Chem A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the chem lab had all kinds of health stuff. So she must have gotten this from the chem lab.
Just a second.
But that's strange. Huh? What is?
Hey.
You see what's scattered around the can. Shards of light blue glass. They must be part of the window that I broke to get inside. But they aren't just scattered around the can, they're also underneath it. Why does that matter?
So...
I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take note of it. Yeah? That's kind of an obvious thing. Like... God, Makoto, you're so dumb sometimes. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. An important clue? I'm not sure I see how. Because you're dumb, Makoto. You are not an intelligent boy. Door is the only way in or out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that the mounting must have been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window, which happened, of course, when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Cool, can we leave? Need to examine the crime scene as much as possible. What else am I supposed to look at? Chair? Ah. The chair was shoved up against the doorknob, so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. And there's no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created a locked door from the inside, not from the outside. Rec room door has been added to truth bullets. Is that it? Oh, locker. Huh? The locker's open. And there on the inside, It's a handprint?
Why?
What's a handprint doing here? Looks like someone touched the inside of the locker, and they left a handprint in all of the dust.
It's true.
And it looks quite fresh, too. I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker, and they left behind a little extra something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid in here until the locked door was opened. Do you think? And during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Huh? Why not?
Hey.
Think back. When we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Oh yeah, it was open. Oh yeah, the locker was already open at that point.
Indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then... what does this handprint mean? What does it mean? Locker handprint. Can I leave now? No. Okay. Oh, boodles. Meow. There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. There sure are. On each side, and inside each bottle, there's some kind of Monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is, how'd they get those figures inside the bottles? Magic.
So...
it's no different from your standard ship in a bottle. Huh? You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside. You've never seen that? Don't they kind of like... I think how they make those is they just like insanely carefully assemble the ship inside the bottle with like very specific tools. I think that's how they do it. I mean, you see it in movies sometimes of like dudes with a ship in a bottle and they're kind of like using like long tweezers or something to like put stuff in. Did Jaws have something like that? I don't remember. You've never seen that? Oh, yeah, maybe I have.
in other words...
So this is the Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will. Monokuma bottles, banana tooth bullets. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things little by little. The Monokuma bottle's sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground. The red shards of glass, which probably started as a bottle, which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with the Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of glass and the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the weapon.
Listen.
Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so. For the most part.
So then...
Then you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
Listen to me.
Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. She decided? She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. But she's right, I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. Alright, let's go see where those nerds are, shall we? Are they just in the hallways? Maybe they just had to leave? Yeah, those other 2 probably went back to their rooms. Teleport. Get over here, you nerds. Toko is over here. Toko, open the door. FBI, open up! You press the doorbell. Ding dong. And after a few seconds... oh, it's this scene again.
Who's there?
Ugh, the most negative aura I've ever felt. And an aura of total decay.
Well, what do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Apparently.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
It's a bad time for Toko to talk, period. Dots. Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall. Slithered, huh?
What do you want?
I mentioned to Ms. recently about the movie Slither and about how freaking weird it is. What do you want? You said you wanted to talk to me about something. If it's something indecent, get ready for a sexual harassment lawsuit. Shut up, Toko. Where'd she go? Oh, hey.
What do you want?
Reaction! I wanted to talk to you about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you. What?
Well,
I don't know what you're talking about! Bianca already told me she asked you to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master too? I just said Stu, didn't I? I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So, can you tell me about it? I admit, I did get the note, but I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. With that, Toko quickly retreated into her room. Toko's account has been added to the Truth Belt section. Where are you, bloomin' onion? How you doing? Get out here. I clicked out of the window. I pressed the doorbell. Dang dong. After a few seconds...
You know?
What's up, Makoto? Just need something. I sure did.
You know?
You know? Yeah, actually, I just wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you.
What?
How'd you know about that?
Could it be?
Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she has Bianca and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that? When she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note.
How about that?
She gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others, like, in passing. I gotta be honest, this is more super suspicious. So then you went and met with Sakura? No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually.
Well, Tsugakure, what do you expect? Last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt and I took her to the nurse's office.
Don't look at me.
I haven't seen her since then. While I'm here, can you show me the note she gave you? Do I still have it? Let's see. Hiro was feeling around in his pockets.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, it looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket. Huh? Oh! Ah! As quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again and shoved it back into his pocket.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Yeah, my pockets are also always full of trash, but you got some particularly suspicious trash there. Trash?
What?
Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you'll excuse me. Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Hiro said that was just trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it. Pocket trash! Yeah, you truth about section. Okay, so I've heard from Toko and Hiro. What's next? I'll definitely look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can that we found on the floor in the rec room. I'm sure that it came from the chem lab, so where should I start? Oh, I still need that. I guess let's go to the chem lab. Where was that again? There it is. I don't know how to read, apparently, but what else is new? Wow! Oh, you're in here. What are you doing in here, Byakuya? So, did you find anything out? Dots. Somehow I can sense he's saying leave me alone without him even having to say it. What else is new? Cabinets. This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. I should probably take a closer look. Looks like 3 shelves have been connected together into one giant shelf. But more important, what's this powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. Someone already did! Bottle. That's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? Looks like a bottle has a label on it. Chem C4. Explosives! Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this. Then, this powder must have been spilled.
So, in other words...
That's right, it only could have been around the time of the incident. If that's really what happened, it must be related to the case somehow. Source of the powder, added in the truth section. Footprints. These are footprints? They're only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out a floor plan. By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen.
What?
Well, let's go. Chop chop. Oh, okay. So I got to work, and before long, I'd drawn up a sketch of the room. Good enough. So, how's this? Not bad. For you, I mean. For me.
See.
So, when you look at it like this... Interesting. It would appear that whoever left those footprints only had business in the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight to the shelf, and did whatever they had to. And then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be...
Certainly possible.
Kodo, are they yours? No!
What?
Okay, let me see your shoes and I can confirm their size for myself. Couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. I see, your feet appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit that these are not your footprints. Unfortunately? But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. These prints really are a valuable clue. They sure are. Oh, I can look at these individually. Ugh. On this shelf is one look and I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These it looks like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section C. Exciting. So on this shelf is... Well, it looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are. They're reagents. Put simply, they are used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How you have lived in such ignorance for so long. It truly must be bliss. Isn't that kinda harsh?
What?
What? Do you think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world?
That's fine.
The words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary. In which case I don't think I need to worry too much about this shelf. Hey! What's on this shelf? There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number. So I guess we can consider this part of the shelving unit section A. Huh? But wait! There's one bottle that's labeled Chem C9. Could someone have put it here on accident? I should try to find out more about the shelving unit. Looks like it's split into 3 sections. Oh, I guess I did it backwards. Section A is dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, and Section C has lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten protein powder from Section A. But what concerns me is that in Section A there is a bottle with the label Section C. And what was a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on here. Yep, chem lab shelf. Is there anything else? Just powder? Just a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I'd better not leave a footprint. I should probably take a good hard look at this powder. Just a bunch of yellow powder scattered in front of the shelf. and the remains of a broken bottle. And it looks like the bottle was labeled Chem C4. Explosives! Also, it looks like someone left some footprints in the powder. That is correct. Based on the positioning of the footprints, whoever it was only went to the left side of the shelf. According to Byakuya, the powder would have been spilled right around the time of the incident. That's all I can tell for now. Footprints and powder. I've already taken a good look at the chem lab. Maybe I should take another look at the rec room. Neat. Let's go do that, I guess. I don't know why it made me walk here. So Makoto, how's your investigation going? Told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro had told me. I see. So along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying.
Anyway.
Well, yeah, of course someone's lying. Carbonation helps my throat a lot more than flat soda does. Shocking. Well, I've made some progress on my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These three things have revealed new clues. You'd do well to look them over one more time. Okie dokie. Hi, Sakura. According to Kyoko, there's still something to be discovered on Sakura's
Just a
body.
second.
Staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out. Well, I know, but...
Hey.
Don't you think you might need to actually examine the body? Dots. There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although there's still some times. Can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to
It's
it.
true.
That's totally normal. Then, how can you...
So...
I imagine it's because I have plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What? Sorry, never mind.
Hey.
More importantly, look here. Her shoes?
Correct.
See the yellow powder on her instep? Yeah, it really stands
I
out.
see.
And powder is clue number 1. Yellow powder has been added to truth bullet section.
Hey.
Next is the wound on her head. Look carefully.
It's true.
Actually, even telling you that, it's an incredibly difficult spot. So, let me just explain. It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows?
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing. Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either
It's
one.
true.
So, that's what I've learned from examining her body in detail. Kyoko's examination summary has been added to truth bullets. I can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko would have been able to pull that off. Throat's dry today, apparently. Magazines. Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue. Huh? This magazine is upside down. Did someone put it back that way on accident? If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. Picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. This is... On one of the pages, near the center of the magazine, a word had been written in bold, bloody letters, and it said, Toko. Could this be a dying message?
Correct.
Then it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this...
So...
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. A dying message.
However...
But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it, for the benefit of others who might come looking.
Hey, is that Toko, right?
Yeah, looks like it.
Then she's the killer, right?
Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet.
It's settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer.
Asahina, how many times have we had, quote, conclusive evidence that proved to be completely inconclusive and was actually just a red herring? How many times has that happened? Constantly? God. Why are you always the first to be like, no, kill them? You need to calm down. I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. Magazine tying message added the truth belt section. It also said the Monokuma bottles. The young Kyoko said she found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Something new. Something new. Huh.
Hey,
So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between the bottles. Well, yeah, they're all chess pieces. Be careful, pay careful attention, and you're sure to find it. A correlation? There's a pawn, a rook, a bishop. I think that's the king? Oh, there's two of them missing. Because the knight and the queen aren't there. Correlation. Hey, Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is?
so...
I don't mind guiding you towards clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusions, so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And that's not just because you don't trust me, right? Dots. No answer! I do trust you, to a degree. Otherwise I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree. Monokuma bottles have been updated to the truth belt section.
Hey,
Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment?
anyway...
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces, too. Huh? Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And the obnoxious Byakuya's not here, so...
So then...
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but what choice do I have? Better just do it. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all of the broken bottle pieces. Just as I finished up... Is that Kyoko? Sorry to keep you
So
waiting.
then.
Yep. Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So, what kind of experiment are we
In
doing?
other words,
Got a scale from the chem lab. We're trying to use it to compare weights. Compare the weights of what? The pieces of glass you collected, and one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. Why do you want to do that? It's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done.
listen.
First, we compare the weight of 2 of the normal Monokuma bottles. Plop, plop. They are even. It's balanced.
In other words,
Which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. Which makes sense. Monokuma figures inside are basically the same, and nothing else could really affect the weight.
so then...
Now, here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now, what might we expect to see? Well, a normal assumption would be that either they balance out or the pieces I collected would be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance that I could have missed some here and there.
So then...
Okay, let's give it a try. Huh? The broken pieces are heavier? How is that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought. What?
In other words,
The result of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles. Put it all together, and I believe you will arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So, what do you think? It's all on you. Monokuma bottle experiment has been added to the truth bullet section. Oh, ding dong bing bong. It's ding dong bing bong time. Dots.
Whoops! You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake.
Okay.
Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I?
What? Why are you even bothering to ask permission, Monokuma?
Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right?
Yeah.
Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
Yay. It's already time? But the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. And at this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, not whatever happens, I have to make something happen. You sure do. But as usual, we are ending it here and keeping the investigation on its own thing. And then we will have the class trial in its own thing. Because the class trials are always really long. Like, subscribe, and a little bit noise. I'll see you in the next one, folks. Later.